What's happening? I'm going to be doing some logo redesigns that I missed in the live I did a couple weeks ago. So I'm going to do them in this tutorial here. This one's from Laura. She has like sort of this logo that has an arrowhead type of like icon to it, and it has a letter, bold letter. So she said, I don't think she's a designer, but she said she tried to draw it and she tried to get these lines consistently like she did in this sketch, but she had trouble trying to do this. So you can see here, she was playing around with this, and there's some issues here, but it just wasn't looking like how she wanted it to. She wants the style to look modern, but with a luxury twist, not traditional. I want to know how to give the logo metal to silver texture. 3 outline arrows above each. This is general info. So we'll recreate this. So first up, I'm going to lock this image. I'm going to press the pen tool and I'm going to left click and start to draw out this outside shape like this. And then I'm going to hold shift to find the center, click, and then I'm going to click up as well. So I connected this part, but you can see I want to make sure it's straight. So I'll select both of them by holding shift. I'm going to go to my toolbars at the top, click align to key anchor, and then I'm going to collect the third one. So you can see it's pretty much lining that anchor to the top anchor. So these two shapes of this line is the same now. So it's not crooked, it's all straight. So I'm going to move it like this. Then what I'm going to do is press O, and which is for the reflect tool, as you can see here. And then I'm going to hold Alt and left click on the top anchor point. I'll get a box pop up and I'm going to click preview. I want to make sure that it's on vertical and press copy. So it literally duplicated that shape right next to it. So then what I can do, I can click this shape, go to my Pathfinder tool and click unite. And now we have this one shape. I'll get rid of the stroke. You can see we've got this one arrow shape. So now to get this effect where the lines and strokes are going inwards, I'm going to go to Object, Path, Offset Path. I'm going to select Round. You can also select Mitta if you want it straight, or Bevel. So I think we want it straight, so I'll leave it on the first one. I'm going to drag the offset to inside, like this. And you can see it's exactly going to offset the path mathematically, so you know it's going to be straight. So I'm going to do this. -4 looks okay, so I'll press OK. What I'm going to do now is press Control C, Control F, and then Control D. Once again, I'm going to go back to Object, Path, Offset Path, and do it again. And then what we're going to do, we want to make sure that we do a copy on top. So I'll press Control C, Control F to paste another one on top. So I'll make it red so you can see. And then I'll go Object, Path, Offset Path, press OK. And it should make another one here like this. So now we've got, how many? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need one more, I think. So go Object, Path, Offset Path again, press OK. And make sure you're just making those copies. So now we've got this shape and it's all like accurate spacing. It's all the same spacing. So I'm going to, I want to flip the color so we get the strokes. I'm just going to turn all that off and then make it black. I just want to make sure that I didn't duplicate on any, because I think I made too many. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I got that exact shape that I wanted. I'll make the stroke maybe 2 points, and I'll type in a font, and then I'm gonna maybe go uniform. I like this font, nice and blocky, and make a big C right there in the middle. I'm going to create outlines, Control Shift and O. And there we have it. We've replicated that logo, as you can see there. Obviously, if we want to tighten up the space, I would make the offset path tighter, so then it would like go tighter like that. But if you try and scale it up, you can see it's not going to be proportional. So you would have to probably redo it again. But that's how I would create this type of arrowhead shape really easily. And you can see he tried to replicate that there. But yeah. So let's jump onto the next one. OMB is a school guidance service for high school students offered by college students, which is universities, which accompanies them to make the right personal and professional choices in their studies. Anyway, the font was a bit, it was thicker, and it was, let me show you, it was like this. So that was the logo she originally sent to me. So overall, it's not too bad. I think the colors are fine. Just do this. Yeah, I think the colors are fine. But in terms of this icon here, like that's pretty simple. And then the font, I feel like the font, I feel like we could probably get rid of this underline. You don't need that. Yeah, I'm just gonna play around with a few fonts, and we can use a condensed font because I feel like that other one just might be a bit too bold. So I'm gonna just fix this. So OMB, and a cool thing is we could probably put this inside of the O here. So what font am I using? Bancraft, that's fine. I'm gonna tighten this up. OMB. I'm going to go outlines. I'm gonna plus this. You know, we could have the icon by itself, like, or we could put it like sort of in here. I just like using negative space all the time, so I think this could be interesting. I would probably simplify the icon, so I'm just going to quickly do this. Just to simplify it. So you can still tell it's like a hat, right? So I'm gonna plus that together. So now we have that in the O there. I might try and make it a bit taller. Actually, I don't want to stretch it, so I'm gonna leave it like this. Then she has a tagline, came to brighten your path. So I think we should just keep it brighten your path. Brighten your path. That makes more sense to me. I'll keep the same font, which is Barnscraft. And I like it because it's got all these condensed fonts. So you can see it's got regular, bold. Then I can go to the condensed version, like semi-light, semi-condensed. So we could even use that. So I'll do semi-light for now and then put that size up. So if we wanted to make it sort of bigger and then I would go a condensed version, you can see you can do that, but you don't want to make it too tight. So I might just leave it on the semi-light, make it a bit smaller. I feel like we don't need that line there. It just, no, it just doesn't need it because there's already contrast. We have contrast between this font here and then this is light. So we can just bring it like close like this. And then we'll probably keep the blue. I'm gonna go to color hunt real quick and see if we can find any more blues or something that's a bit brighter. So this one looks cool. I'm gonna double click onto my swatch and add that swatch in. As you can see, it added it here. I'm just gonna get rid of all these colors here real quick. And then now I'm just going to plus that up there and then color that like this. And the color is just a bit more, you can see it's a bit more saturated. This one is like a bit muddy. So just pick the saturated one. OMB, brighten your path. So that's what I'll do just to like simplify, keep it a bit easier and nice. So that is OMB. Up next, we got Cataclysm. I don't know how to say it, but this one is from Daniel. He said the logo is for a company that creates timeless, high-end, limited edition wearable accessories for the modern businessman with an emphasis on quality and craftsmanship. The overall look and feel should be minimalistic, clean and modern. The word cataclysm is Latin and refers to garments that are kept for special occasions. So cool. We get this sort of upper class type of theme with like high-end type of fashion, right? He uses the words quality and craftsmanship. I can see here you sort of get that vibe with this icon, which is kind of cool. This stacked version of a logo does not work because it's too high and it's not going to work for social. So we need to somehow simplify this. I don't mind the type choice, but you just don't, you get that minimal feel, but the whole craftsman feel, you don't really get that. So we'll try and play around and see what we can, if we can adjust this. So I'm gonna type it. I think I'm gonna copy and paste the word here, like this. That's how you spell it. And then I'm just gonna play around with some fonts I have here. So we've got Inter V, that's a free font, which is nice. I'm going to play with uniform as well, that's always good. Let's try Zona Pro. And we've got a few here. Andy's new, see that. Coco Goose, no config. Montreal's classic could work as well. Maybe the soft version. It is a bit light. I might bump that up, see what it looks like. So I'm just bumping these the styles up, right? Extra light, Zona Pro as well. So out of these ones, they're all very similar and very modern. So we might want to go for the classic feel. I don't like this one, how the A is like that. It's too much space. This one's sort of got these curves on the ends that is interesting, but I just feel like it's not really showing that craftsmanship. So overall, I'm probably gonna go with Montreal Classic. So I'll just move this out of the way. I'm gonna bump this up. I'm gonna tighten that up. The kerning and the leading, you can see it's got so many different weights, which is really cool. I've sort of picked this rounded version, which is nice. I can always go back. This is the non-soft version, as you can see there. So that still works as well. So I'd have the word not stacked like how we did this, but I would have it like just one word. So it's easy to read. I can change that. I don't mind the color he picked. I'm gonna tighten it up a little bit. And then we've got this cool like icon, right? So what we can do is maybe change the color. And I just feel it should be a little bit thicker. So I'm gonna add a stroke to it just to make it a bit more thicker, as you can see there. And sort of just line it up. It doesn't have to be exactly aligned to the baseline, but just having this like that, it is looking really, really cool. Compared to this stacked version, you can see, yes, it's all caps, but I feel like it feels more upper class when things are lowercase. It works a lot better. And you can see, I'm not sure why he highlighted these things. You can see how he made the icon from this. So if we have the icon here, you can see he just plussed those letters together. But now it's sort of redundant because we've gotten rid of that, right? So what I'd sort of do is I'm going to make a copy of the C. I'm going to and start to play around and see what we can create, right? So we could maybe make like, to me this feels like a chain or something, like maybe a gold chain. What if it looked like this, but then it looks like CC or Coco and Cabana. What's that? Even Gucci, I think. So what if we flipped it like this? What if we made it like that? That's kind of interesting. What if we went like this? And what if I grab the L here? Grab the L. Logos don't have to be literal. They can be abstract, right? So what if we like did this? That looks kind of interesting. What if I shifted it like this? Right, so it's just about like playing around. And it's wearable devices, so we want to sort of have a simple icon that we can use. So I'm just thinking, what if we sort of added onto these like this, just using the pen tool. And then I'll make a copy like that on the other side. Doesn't have to be accurate for now. I'm just playing around with ideas. And then I can flip it as well. I'm gonna copy this horizontal like that, and we've sort of got this other icon now, right? There's no right or wrong answer. Obviously you can play around for a while, but I used elements from the actual typography, so the L and the C, and we created sort of this interesting shape. Now I could play around. I could even like maybe, you know, maybe add some interesting shapes here. Maybe change the color, you know, to see what that looks like. I can play around. So we can have it like this, and then like this. Terrible accessories. Fashion for the modern man. So I'm just playing around, obviously. So cool. I'm gonna probably center this actually like that. Beautiful. So we've got a nice modern minimal type of logo once again. So we took it from this and made something a bit similar. So thanks guys for watching. Remember to subscribe and hit the like button to get some more juicy content every week. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm gonna be designing some more logos in the next episode.